I've said it before and I'm going to say it again and I mean it this time. No long intros. You know what we're looking for, so let's get this hunt started. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to the channel. 2 boxes of nickels sit in front of me. We're going to crack them open and begin the hunt. We're looking for that 50D. We'll take any of the 3 nickels we need for the side finds book. Of course, we'd love to find some more buffalo nickels or even silver nickels, foreign coins, proof coins, or any varieties I have listed on my nickel coin hunts mat. That being said, I said it'd be a short intro, so let's get it going. We're going to hunt these 2 boxes one at a time, see if we have anything fancy on the top side of this box. Sure would be nice to get a nice silver ender or a buffalo nickel ender. It's been a little bit, but I don't see any of that, although I do see some promising older Jefferson designs, especially on the back half of the box. We'll have to see how this box pans out. All right, hunt begins. I'll bring you guys in when I have my first find, and of course, at the end of the hunt, I'll show you the albums. We're on roll number 8, and we have our first pre-50s Jefferson nickel, a 1948 Philadelphia. We also have found a 57 and a 58, both Denver. Well, we're on roll number 10 of box 1, and I have just found my favorite thing to find when hunting nickels. Just open up the roll, flatten them down. Look what's peeking out the third corn in from the end, the back of the buffalo. We're going to have a buffalo nickel minted 1938 down to 1913. Let's see what we got here. No mint mark, decent detail. Hopefully there's a date. I think I'm going to be able to get a date on this one. I thought I saw 29, but let me just double check it again. I think that's a 1929. There's some gunk there. Let's put it under the scope. Yeah, 1929. 1929 Philadelphia is a common buffalo nickel, but it's nice that it's dated, and it's nice to find one early on in box 1. We'll take it. I'll probably wipe it down a little bit, make it look a little nicer than that, and get back to the hunt. Roll number 17 of box number 1, our first Jefferson from 1941. 1941, Denver on this bad boy. Roll number 18, we have our first Jefferson nickel from the 30s, a second year issue, 1939. Hopefully there's a mint mark, it'd be a key date. 1939, it's going to be a Philadelphia, the common one, but we can definitely check it for any of the doubling on the back on the words 5 cent and Monticello. Does not have that. Doesn't appear to be a henning nickel. We'll weigh it up for making sure, but we'll definitely take it. 1939 Philly for the board. Roll number 22, our second Jefferson nickel from 1939. This one's a little more worn. Is there a mint mark? There is not. We'll just quickly scope it again. And I do not see any of the doubling. Definitely a Philly. Nothing going on there. All right, 2 1939 nickels. Starting to get some finds on the board, although we're halfway done with the box. Roll number 34 is going to give us our first foreign find of the hunt, a Mexican peso, Los Estados Unidos Mexicanos. And this one is a newer one, 2023. Still got some luster on it. That's a nice one to find. All right, back to the hunt. Same roll, and the last coin of the roll was a 1940 Philadelphia. Roll number 35 is going to have the world's ugliest 1949 Jefferson nickel. 1949 might be a Denver. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, 1949 Denver. And no, I am not going to double check it for the D over S. Wouldn't be able to tell anyway. We'll take it though. Damage or not, it's still another find for the board. Roll number 42 is going to give us a couple of finds. I'll go with the one I wasn't going to show until I found the next one. But this is a 1958 Jefferson nickel. It does have some gunk on it, but it actually is in pretty nice shape outside of that. And I flipped it around and there's no mint mark, so it's a 58 Philly. And that is definitely a lower mintage, not a semi-key date or a key date, but really close. And actually, like I said, it's in decent shape, just has some gunk on it. We'll go ahead and add it to the board. And I bring in, because we found right behind it, our first nickel from 1946 of the hunt, 1946, and that's going to be a 46S. Again, not a semi-key date or a key date Jefferson nickel, but being from San Francisco in 1946, that's definitely a lower mintage. And even though it's not in great shape, it's good seeing a couple of nicer, older ones in the roll. Let me get back to the hunt, and let's have another find. Well, we finished that first box of this 2-box nickel hunt. We didn't get any silver nickels. We didn't get any key date or semi-key date, so of course no 50D, but not a bad box overall. We got a couple of better dates, the 58P. You guys saw the 46S, and then we got a Buffalo nickel from 1929, a couple of 1939s, and of course the Mexican peso. Outside of that, 17 finds on the board is a little light, but it's been tough with nickels lately. Hopefully we can get something better in this box. Maybe a silver, maybe a 50D. All right, let's crack it open, see how the top side looks, see what we got staring back at us. Well, no Buffalo nickels, no silver nickels staring back at us. We're gonna have to find out what's in this box the old-fashioned way, opening up rolls. You guys know what's next. I'll rejoin you when I have my first find of box number 2. Roll number 18 of box number 2. It's not a silver nickel. We've got another Buffalo nickel, and this one looks like it might be older because it has a little more wear to it. Still a Philadelphia minted one. And I don't know if we'll get a date on this one. Ooh, I don't think we're going to get a date. I might have to actually nick-a-date this Buffalo nickel, and it has damage on it. And based on what I see here, this could be a 19 teens, like 18, 19. Could be a teen. That could be a 1 right there, but I can't tell if it's damaged or not because we have lots of damage on it. I think I will go ahead and nick-a-date it and see if I can get a date, mainly because it's damaged, so it's already worth not much. B, it's Philadelphia minted, so again, it's probably not a rare date. And C, it's going to bug me to not know the date. Let me nick-a-date it. I'll do that really quick. While I do that, I do have a video on how to use nick-a-date on coins. I'll post a quick link up here for you guys while I get this done. All right, we finished nick-a-dating it. I had to leave the nick-a-date on a little longer than I like to make sure I could get a date. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's 1924. Hard to see because of the damage to the coin, but definitely a 1924, and it's a 1924 Philadelphia. So 1929P and a now nick-a-dated 24P. We do have lots of rolls left though, so let's get after them. Roll number 75 of the hunt. Been a while since my last find, at least one that I could film. But we've got a 1940 Jefferson nickel from San Francisco here. Figured I'd show it to you. Roll number 76 of the hunt. Figured I'd film it just in case. We've got a pretty nice Denver minted Jefferson nickel peeking out, and it looks like an older strike. So let's see if we can get lucky here. Denver minted beauty. Doesn't have any steps. What year is it? Oh, it's a 1960. Man, it's got nice toning. It's a beauty. It had the 50D look on the back, but it's a 1960D. We'll still take it. It's a beauty. Back to the hunt. Roll number 81, and I think we might have our first silver nickel. It could just be a discolored Jefferson nickel, but that kind of looks like it could be silver as well. Figured we'd expose it together. Oh yeah, 1943. That's a pretty nice Jefferson nickel for being, what is that, 81 years old now? 1943? Holy cow, and it's a Denver. 1943 Denver Jefferson silver wartime nickel is a tough date. I think 15 million minted, and that's a pretty nice looking one to boot. That should definitely upgrade one of the albums, I believe. Our first silver wartime nickel is a tougher 43D in great shape. I will definitely take that. Silver on the board, Buffalo's on the board, 50D not on the board yet. Roll number 89, and I decided to show you another 50s nickel because it's just too nice. It's a pretty nice 1952 San Francisco, slightly better date in decent condition for sure. We'll add it to the board to get back to the hunt, and hopefully that's a good sign of something fancy in those last 11 rolls. Roll number 92 of the hunt, and we're going to have another war nickel. I'm pretty certain. I just splashed out the roll, and look what I see. I believe I see a mint mark, a Philadelphia mint mark peeking out. Had a feeling it was going to be a wartime nickel by the edge, but when I set these down, they just splayed out perfectly for me. Let's take a look at it. Definitely a Philadelphia. Common is 43P. I'm going to assume it's a 43P. And it is 1943p. We do want to scope that because there's two different varieties to look for. The 43 over 42 over date, and I don't see the 3 over 2. And there's also a doubled I, a second I on it, but we don't see that on this one. Probably not nice enough condition to see it. Either way, 43p to go along with the nice 43D. So now 2 buffalo nickels, 2 silver nickels, some better dates, 8 rolls left. Roll number 94 is going to have 2 finds. And just like the last time we found a 58 Philadelphia in decent shape, as you can see here, we also found another one from the 40s right behind it. Kind of odd. This time, a 1948. And that's going to be a 48 Philadelphia. We'll definitely take that. 2 more finds to the board. Running out of rolls, though. Well, that's going to do it for that 2-box nickel hunt. And yeah, second box was light on finds as far as total quantity. Only 13 additional finds in box 2 to go along with the 17 we had in box 1. 30 finds on the board. But it did give us a silver nickel. It did give us a buffalo nickel. I'm definitely okay with that box overall. Up here is the common stuff. I don't think anything up here would be an addition or an upgrade to any albums. We have the best finds down here. The Mexican peso from 2023. 2 nice 1960 Denver nickels. Probably not upgrades, but definitely ones I'm going to keep. We had 2 1939s. That's pretty common nickel, but anything from the 30s I always hold on to. We got a better date 46S, a better date and better condition possible upgrader 52S, 2 58 Phillies that are low mintage. Both of them are nice. This is probably the nicest of the 2. Not going to be an upgrade either, but still nice seeing them. 2 buffalo nickels. 1 I had to nick a date, unfortunately, but it didn't come out that bad. 1924p. 1 had a date, 1929p. And then the silver nickels, a common 1943 Philly, but the star of the show is a really nice 1943 Denver. It's a lower mintage and it's in really nice shape. I'm sure that will upgrade something, or at least I hope so. What's next to do is compare all the finds to both albums, see if we have any upgrades. Let me do that, and I'll bring you back with a look at the books and some final thoughts on this 2-box hunt. All right, I have compared all of today's finds to both albums. Surprisingly, not a lot of upgrades to report, but we were able to take the 43D that we found today and we slotted it right here in the Series 2 book. We took that 43D out, plugged it into the Series 3 Side Finds album, and took that one out and have it ready for the silver jar. The 52S's in both books are in great shape, surprisingly. So yeah, don't need to upgrade those. So only 1 upgrade in Series 2 of 43D and 1 upgrade in Series 3 of 43D. 208 boxes searched, still missing the 50D. 141 boxes searched for Series 3, still missing the 50D, as well as the 2 San Francisco minted 30s Jefferson Nickels. Well, I know we didn't get the 50D today, but man, that was a fun 2-box hunt. I'm hoping you guys had fun along with me. If you did, I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. A little more silver for the 2024 silver jar.